And there is a $600 donation here from Mella. Bella, thank you for your incredible generosity, saying Super Metroid hype. Good luck to all runners, and thanks to all the staff, support, and all others that make this awesome, summer event possible. With that, it is time. I know you've been waiting for it. I know you're pumped up. It is the Super Metroid race. Let's see it. Let's go.
All right, thank you so much for the introduction, BGS. Hello and welcome. That is right, Super Metroid 100% item collection featuring some of the most celebrated Super Metroid speedrunners you've ever seen. My name is TheHockeytowner, and I'm joined by the Sultan of Swaggy Strats, Antinomy, aka Sephi. Sephi, who do we have here today?
I like the way that you said that about me. It's like Sultan. Oh, anyway, we have here today, what's going on, Hockey? We have just a stellar, just out of this world runners. We have Oatsngoats, of course, known for his previous runs, Super Metroid Impossible, his Friday night races. You might have heard of him on the Summoning Salt World Record progression videos. We also have Behemoth87, just a machine, if anything, the embodiment of, I'll say this, how about this? If Detective John Kimball, Conan the Barbarian, and Terminator had a baby, that's your guy right there. And then we also have ShinyZeni, who started playing this game ever since he was just but a young Squirtle, and look at him now, shining. RBO world record holder, just a very helpful mentor to a lot of beginners. Oh my goodness, Hockey, like I just don't know where to begin, but I know where we're gonna end.
Absolutely, we're gonna end at the ship, leaving planet Zebes with all three runners having collected 100 pickups from start to finish in this absolutely legendary platformer.
Now, you know what? I think things are looking good now, because I know that they've been raring to go. It's always hype, movement, extraordinary gameplay. So what do you think, Hockey? Should we just get them going right now? Let's get those Komodo hypes, if anything, because they're about to square off.
You're absolutely right, Sephi. I think our runners are readied up. And I think it's almost time to count them down.
Just join me in counting them down. Okay, let's get it off. We'll go on go, all right? So that's 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck to you, fantastic runners. Oh my goodness. Hockey, now I'm not gonna lie. Super Metroid 100% item collection is just, I feel like it's the Christmas in July, like shopping season. It's like you have Samus just trying to get this clearance sales on a bunch of items, and just obviously trying to like get her baby back, which we have showing up right now on screen.
There is indeed a baby here on Sirius Station, the bastion of all scientific discovery in the Super Metroid galaxy. But who's this? Who's this character stealing the baby? What a baby thief.
Oh my gosh, it's only Ridley, our beloved space pelican, the Bowser, if you will, with wings of Super Metroid.
I guess our runners gonna make their way off of Sirius Station as fast as possible. And Steffi, would you say like a 46 is a really solid time for leaving Sirius? I know the world record is like 47 something.
Yes, if anything, a lot of runners just make do with a 45, but look out for those 46s as soon as they hit this elevator right here. Ooh, well, really good times right there. Off to a great start and just narrowly escaping the Sirius space station. Never to be heard from again. But yeah, It's a pretty standard start. Obviously, you can't do much without progression. They still have to pick up their first item, the morphing ball. A lot of people call it morph ball, but everyone does tend to forget about that morphine. Like it's a Power Rangers special. The morphing time.
Well, as soon as our runners make it down to Retro Brinstar, Sephi, it will be morphin' time and then some. As you said, the runners, in order to kind of kickstart the rest of the game, spawn all the enemies and change the music at the beginning here on Planet Zebes. The runners do have to pick up Morphing Ball and that first missile pack. Look at this going down the reverse climb with that moonfall, uncapping their fall speed. That's a pretty recent discovery, I'd say within the last 5 to 6 years, Sephi.
That's correct. Yes, it's one of the biggest time saves that we were able to discover in the last few years. Just when you think, it's impossible to get any more time saves, next thing you know, someone comes out with something. It's just some sort of exploitation to make this run a little faster, and especially in 100%, because every second counts. I used to say that the moment you hit the key to start your timer, you're already losing time. You're losing seconds.
No, right you are, Sephi. This is a marathon. It's a fitting category for this SGDQ charity marathon, supporting Doctors Without Borders, of course. This is not a sprint category. This is the full 26.2 miles. All 100 pickups must be picked up, for lack of a better word. But it's all about optimization through all of the various rooms and caverns throughout the planet Zebes. And lots of boss fights, both main bosses and mini. And that's where we're headed right now, Sephi. We're headed towards the first mini boss of the game, Bomb Terizo.
Yep. That's honestly, I don't know. I can remember the times when I've died to that really easy boss, but you'll see them make quick work of just about anything. You also see slight differences in strats here. You see that Behemoth goes for some ledge grabbing. Ledge grabbing is actually what runners use to try to land, I guess, a little bit earlier by extending Samus's hitbox. And they're actually so Behemoth has a unique way to play this game, because he actually has his dash button, or your run button, if you will, on an angle, on his L button. So it kind of reminds me of like MMX runners. I don't know what your preference.
My preference is to play this game incredibly slow compared to these three runners and pretty much anyone who has ever seriously speedrun Super Metroid. You can see the speed here. Oh, but Zeni not avoiding the decapitation animation on Bomb Terizo. Behemoth out to a lead here, heading into the Alcatraz escape. But yeah, Behemoth definitely using the eponymous Behemoth climb up the climb.
Yeah, it's a weird thing with some of the names for these strats and items. Like, oh look, Behemoth's here in the Terminator room.
You know why it's called the Terminator room? Why don't you tell all our viewers out there across the globe why it's called the Terminator room?
Because they'll be back.
Right you are. The next time we see that room, Sephi, our runners are going to have every item under the sun, all the movement items, all the suits, all the beams, and 100% of the ammunition. So we're not going to be seeing that room for a long time.
No, it'll be a while. But in the meantime, they're actually going to go for their first major sequence break. It's going to be utilizing a special strat called the Mock Ball, which it's called the Mock Ball because it mocks the speed of running, because you retain that momentum in ball form.
That's right. That's a very crucial sequence break, the first of most Super Metroid speedrun categories. And yeah, picking up those early supers will allow our runners to skip an entire mini boss fight that is Nintendo's downloadable content, DLC supported for this nearly 30-year-old game. That is Spore Spawn, but we will not be seeing Spore Spawn today, but we will be seeing all the other mini bosses.
Yeah, Spore Spawn's really just been a product of its time. Just forgotten, just wasting away. It's a good avocado to just kind of let, you know, grow old. It's a shame.
Well, you know, Spore Spawn is much maligned. He's often skipped in these categories, but he does have some stalwart supporters out there, both in Viewerland and in this commentary booth. But lots of items to pick up here, several missile packs, a reserve tank, as well as those early supers, and our runners will be on their way to traverse through the rest of Brinstar. What do you think about a donation or two?
Yeah, we do have time for that as they pick up a few more items here.
I've got you covered. We have a $1,000 donation from Ryuji.
Oh!
Saying long-time watcher and long-time donator, but this year has gotten so busy with work that I can barely keep up with the event, but fret not. Here's a bit to chip in to kill the animals and save the frames. And a big shout out to Doctors Without Borders. Keep up the good work, especially in these troubling times.
What a tremendously generous donation. That is wonderful.
And to a good cause, obviously. Like, obviously, Doctors Without Borders, but to kill the animals? Are you kidding me? That's like $1,000 worth of frame saving that I could get behind. Yes, we do.
Way to go, Sassy. Oh, Sephi, we are remiss. What is this? Where's Behemoth going?
Behemoth, I'm just kidding. No, actually, Behemoth does a different route to collect his power bombs early. So this isn't bad at all. But it is great to see diverging routes. And you'll see here that this is actually gonna have Behemoth not backtrack into a room that you'll see the runners reach in like a minute or two. So it's really just mostly a preference, not so much really a big time save. Here we go. And for up until they come back to this same room where Behemoth is with the caterpillars or the caterpies, wants to be careful, does not want to take a hit from them. That's when the routes will converge
Right,
once
you are,
more.
Sephi. That's a pretty recent discovery, as you said. It did enable Zos to claim the world record in the world's first 112 in this category. My goodness. But these three runners are just incredible as they get ready to face off against the first major boss of the game, that is Kraid. We can talk a little bit about our runners' experience. Behemoth, Oats, and Zeni have all had multiple world records, as Sephi mentioned in the introduction. But it looks like couldn't get that in fast enough there, viewers. We got Kraid quick kill getting ready. Gonna go with the missile opener, 2 missiles, and then finish off with 3 supers. Beautiful from Oatsngoats. Everyone else executing just perfectly. Very nice from Zeni. Behemoth, though, trailing, but he has picked up those power bombs already. No problem whatsoever. He's into Kraid's warehouse, but really nice. A pair of quick kills from those runners. What'd you think of that, Sephi?
A great job, yes. Stellar. Oh, I mean, honestly, it's a big time save, and it's a nuisance because most of the boss fights, if you let them go on for longer, they will get out of control, and it's kind of hard to back them up sometimes.
So we did see the advantage of picking up those alpha power bombs for Behemoth. He's able to grab the Kraid's warehouse missiles. Meanwhile, Oatsngoats and ShinyZeni are going to have to backtrack long after they leave Norfair to grab those grab that missile pack. So we'll see if Behemoth can execute the crate quick kill here. We've seen some really sharp movement, Sephi, from all three of these runners. No major mistakes so far. Maybe a little bit in parlor from Zeni, but other than that, just really these three runners are putting on a clinic. Look at that crate quick kill from Behemoth.
Yeah, really good job, Behemoth there. And honestly, I mean, what more can you expect? Like, you have the top runners here, the creme de la creme of anything. And yeah, again, I want to point out, if you're just joining us, that Behemoth is not necessarily behind. He just ended up taking a different route, and he's going to be saving a little bit of time over the others in different rooms that will eventually like equal out by the time that they reach the red tower segment again. But yeah, hockey, this is what I've heard to be argued the most difficult segment in terms of movement, just because you start getting your movement items. You know, you have you'll see that they're gonna pick up speed booster momentarily, and they just got high jump, and that already, you know, throws a little bit of a wrench into their movement. So it's kind of like a game of adapting until they could get, you know, warmed up to the movement again.
No doubt about it, Sephi. We have adapt and overcome is on our runners' minds as they traverse through Norfair with that Varia suit gift. After defeating Kraid, they've got protection in superheated rooms. They can traverse most of Norfair during this Norfair cleanup section. But once they get that speed booster, Sephi, not only will their speed be boosted, but they're going to be able to execute so many different types of movement. One of the most important ones being the Shine Spark. So they'll be able to move diagonally, horizontally, vertically. That's pretty much it. But you see now, Zeni climbing that Bubble Mountain. Oatsngoats also summiting Bubble Mountain on their way to Speed Booster. So looking really sharp so far. Really looking forward to, as our runners strap up with these movement items, their movement just becomes more and more bonkers, as you alluded to, Sephi. And our good friend, Professor School, if I borrow a term that he would use to describe the movement of this game, especially with this item set, it is poetry in motion.
Yeah, that right there is poetry too. What you just said. Shout out to Professor School, schooling us with the vernacular. Speed booster get. Yeah, you know, like I said earlier, a lot of these names for some items, a little bit silly, you know, because they kind of are a little bit redundant. Speed booster allows you to speed boost, lets you go fast. It's like John Madden, you know, wrote these names for these items.
Absolutely, Sephi, absolutely. So yeah, the speed booster will enable the runners to boost their speed, travel quicker, but also move faster. All three of those for the low price of free if you can summon Bubble Mountain, which Behemoth just did in beautiful fashion with a beautiful D-boost off that waiver.
I'm gonna ask you right now, Hockey, what do you think the wave beam does?
What does the wave beam do? I mean, it waves. Let's wave to all the people, Sephi.
Exactly.
Wave beam pickup. Hello, GDQ, and
Smile
welcome.
and wave.
Smile and wave. The smile and wave beam, Sephi. Oh, I love it.
Right. And so, okay. So another thing to make note of is normally, well, I guess in a more beginner route, they would be hitting up your boy Crocomire.
That's right.
Right now, because they're gonna escape, and they're gonna try to go head towards the wrecked ship to kill their second boss. However, it is faster to do that later, only because there is a pixel perfect strat that they will be utilizing that allows them to clip to get an item a little bit later into the run. So wave goodbye to that Gerber baby that is Crocomire. I promise you, we will see him much later. We've got to cool down first. You know, when you have a lot of speed and wavy items, of course you're gonna want to cool down and get the coolest item of them all, quite literally.
The absolute coolest item. Absolutely right, Sephi. Our runners heading through a little bit more of Norfair to grab that ice beam. You know, turn that ice beam into a nice beam, Sephi, because as you said, they're going to be able to bypass Croc for now and execute that beautiful trick known as the ice clip.
You know, I would say that's exactly why they pick up the wave beam first, so that they can wave past Croc goodbye and look cool doing it.
You make an interesting point, a very important point, Sephi. It's not enough in Super Metroid to go fast. You gotta look cool doing it. And our runners are cooler than the other side of the pillow, as a very famous sportscaster would say.
Now with that, of course, Behemoth is actually gonna I already skipped Croc. They're heading up Red Tower right now, and we're gonna get some sparky action right now. And I know you love those sparks, Hockey.
You know I do. The Alpha Spark executed by ShinyZeni. Oatsngoats with another one. We got 2 for 2 here, Sephi. Oh my goodness.
Can we get the triple double?
Gonna bring it on home. He's gonna bring it on home. Look at this climb from ShinyZeni. Oatsngoats impressing with those ledge grabs. The movement of this game, Sephi, is so complex. I don't have the processing power to even begin to explain it. I'm just gonna throw it to you. You carry that load. You do all the hard work.
Oh my goodness, Hockey. That's too much for me to bear. Honestly, my brain is cooking right now. I mean, just coming out of Norfair, probably one of the hottest spots on this planet.
No doubt.
You see that Zeni and Oats just picked up their Alpha Power Bomb, something that Behemoth, just one step ahead of the curve, just said, you know what, I'm gonna get these first. I got this, and you'll see them actually make up time in when they go back to the Kraid miss. Oh no!
Oh, so close.
It's still good to see. I feel so. That's also another thing when you mention Shine Sparks being bonkers. That is what Samus does. She literally does bonk into walls.
The crash animation of that Shine Spark can be pretty costly for time on a missed trick like that, but Behemoth's still looking razor sharp, heading all the way up. He's about to be up through to beta power bombs. ShinyZeni, though, already outside the ship, looking for this ocean fly spark. He's gonna spark across the room known as the moat and the West Ocean on his way to the wrecked ship. We've talked about Shine Sparking, we've talked about Moonfall. Damage boosting, though, we are gonna see some amazing damage boosting we already have so far. Ooh, Zeni just barely missing that ocean fly. Let's see if Oats can pull it off.
Right. It is a little bit of a tighter window, but it's preference for these runners to go for a charge shot method to open that door. It's honestly, I applaud the attempt because they're going for the absolute swaggiest strats. Just overall I don't know, very impressive what they're attempting that Behemoth is actually going to go for. And I feel like Behemoth's already made a good amount of time on him.
Oh yeah, no doubt about it, Sephi. This is a pretty tight race so far. He's got the charge shot off. Meanwhile, Oats and Zeni into the wrecked ship. The lights are off, but the Ghost is home. The Ghost with the most reset runs, Fantoon, is the boss of the wrecked ship. Sephi, is he perhaps the biggest troll in this entire game?
Yes, we do sometimes call him Fan Troll for a reason, because this is the very RNG heavy boss. This is the one where expect to reset, not during GDQ, of course. I really hope that can be muscle memory. But this boss will cause you some frustration, and I see, honestly, being able to get a 2-round with missiles using Doppler strats. Oh, good pattern right there. When you see the airdrop, Zeni,
wow.
A master.
What an incredible fight from ShinyZeni, and a really nice Doppler from Oatsngoats there, just delivering all of that ammunition. And Sephi, I think Behemoth got Ocean Fly, but I'm not 100% sure.
Yes, he did. I
yeah, way
do
to
want to
go.
make sure that does not go unnoticed, that Behemoth playing out of his mind right now and just doing exceptional.
Look at
Also
that from
good.
Oatsngoats. Beautiful fight.
Another 2-round. That's what we like seeing in these races. 2-round Fantoons. Let's see Behemoth try to go for it.
Oh, got a slow pattern on that. Oh no, that was a mid. I'm sorry. I misspoke. That is a mid pattern. Finishing off Fantoon. My goodness, Sephi. 3 for 3 2-round Fantoons. Are you joking me right now?
I wish I could say that I was joking, but I don't joke around.
Never.
And neither do these runners.
Neither do these runners.
No, this game
they
is...
are cool professionals, quiet professionals. I don't hear a thing from them, but you know, that's okay because they are just locked in for the next hour or so on this game. It is a run of attrition. The wreck ship is one of the more challenging sections. You have to manage health going into the Fantoon fight. All of the rooms in wreck ship, especially that attic, and also coming up here, the spiky room of death, it lives up to its name, Sephi.
I really hope that it doesn't in this race in particular, just because we can finally be able to put that name to rest and just prove to everyone that it's simply just a room with spikes. No death. It's a room for Spike Vegeta. I'll say that. That's how Spike.
That's where Spike hangs out on the weekends. That's awesome.
This is exactly, yes. This is actually Spike Vegeta's bathtub, if you will. Look at all that.
I don't mean to judge here,
Looking
Spike.
great,
But
though.
I think your pad needs some renovations. This place, there's a lot of bare wires, a lot of sparks, but. This is a pretty tough horizontal bomb jump to grab this E-tank. We saw Zeni execute it beautifully. Oatsngoats, same thing. Behemoth hot on the heels of the other 2 racers in this unbelievable race. My goodness, Sephi.
They did really well getting that bomb jump. It's so tricky on the timing. That bomb jump is awkward. Behemoth, with the nice safe double bomb jump there, able to execute that perfectly. And Zeni also had an incredible attic.
That's right, the top of the wreck ship is the attic. You have to destroy all the enemies to unlock both of the doors, and Zeni just did beautifully, clipping through both of those worker robots. Zeni really setting the pace here. Oatsngoats and Behemoth are not far behind at all, though. But let's see Oates' attempt here at the attic. Oh, couldn't quite get that spark off. He's gonna go with the backup, the speed key. Beautiful job, unlocks the door.
My goodness.
My goodness, I mean, these runners have got it all. We love the variation in their strats and routing and just the absolute precision and accuracy that they execute this game with. It's a sight to behold. There's nothing else I could say besides that, but I'm gonna keep going.
Just keep saying it, honestly. Like, yeah. No matter what you say, oh, Behemoth, also beautifully done. Almost nailing that speed keep as well. But, okay, so now that these runners have picked up that wreck ship E-tank, yes, the important part here is to avoid having to refill at the ship after wreck ship. So it's a different ship. Samus is non-wreck ship, out of wreck ship. You want to maintain as much health as possible, because getting a refill is a costly 15 seconds, and we don't want that. No, we want speed, and we want fast, and we want
it now. And what we got now is we've got the bowling cutscene for ShinyZeni. You saw him with those charge shots. Steffi, tell us about those charge shots. There's something called robot flush that he executed.
Right, yes. And that's not even designed by Tesla. It's all Super Metroid. Robot Flush is actually going to have a couple of charge shots that are aimed straight down into the ground. And they're going to put their robots in their position. So take that, Skynet. You'll see what I'm talking about right now, because they're going to be tucked away in a couple of little holes that that the game intends you to push them into using shots right now. Oh my gosh, Zeni actually got it.
Zenny
it's
with
a
the
tight
double,
strat too.
the double robot flush. Well, Behemoth and Oatsngoats, we wish them well on their robot flushes of their own. Zenny gonna grab that reserve tank. How about time for a quick donation?
Absolutely. Well, it looks like, by the way, as far as this goes, Team Save the Animals out to a more than $5,000 lead. I'm kind of surprised. I still thought Kill the Animals was going strong, but, you know, it's courtesy of donations like these. A $500 donation from Thinker2112 that says, kill the space pirates, save the animals.
My goodness, thank you so much for your generosity. Save with an almost 5K lead. My goodness. I saw Oats there did get robot flush, but Zenny with that swaggy suit, Sephi, that purple gravity suit. I thought that was just a hermetically sealed case of pancakes there hiding in the wrecked ship, but instead it's the coolest suit in the game.
It could be the very pancakes. So after Belle stole the rose from, or broke the curse of the beast, they ended up replacing it with pancakes. So,
oh my goodness.
Honestly, I should actually start getting that, serving my pancakes that way.
Yeah, it's a great way to store them. They last forever.
That they do. Oh, okay. So here's that health management, and Zenny's actually gonna set up for a wraparound shot. This strat is actually hinted at in the game demos, but the AI wasn't so good back then, so you just see it bonk into the door, but not Zenny or not any of these runners. You'll see right now, perhaps one of the coolest shine sparks in the game.
Look at that. Oh, I didn't quite make it all the way
I
through.
think just because, rather not. Oh, so another thing about that is, Zenny's probably gonna blame me for that one. He said so. He's gonna say, "I'm gonna blame you."
That's true.
You don't want to spark, be stuck midair, and then get grabbed by one of those yapping mods, and then it drags you into the lava. So good and smart play right there to just take it safe.
It looks like Oats is setting up for the same thing. He's got good energy count. He's gonna pop that reserve and spark all the way across. Now, Behemoth not having an angle down button has a totally different setup for that wraparound to get that screen wrap.
And
perfect execution from Oatsngoats, but here goes Behemoth.
Behemoth making up a lot of time. So Zenny ended up getting what I think Oats is about to get as well.
Oh my God, Seppi. Yes, let's go.
Okay, so they just ended up getting a strat that we cannot say on this stream, so I'm just gonna call it the Samus Expert Master. Or if you want something more wholesome, the Teletubby Huggy. I don't know.
The Teletubby Huggy, you heard it here first, GDQ. That is canonical. That is the canonical name for that strat now. Oh my gosh, Sephi. We had 2 out of 3 of the TTH executed perfectly from Oatsngoats and ShinyZeni. Behemoth almost got it. They came down the section known as Gauntlet to grab those double missile packs. None of them had to wrap all the way around. And now, if I just take a deep breath, Sephi, we're headed back to Green Brinstar for some cleanup.
Oh, I mean, this is a good time to wind down. Yeah, and essentially this is cleanup. So they're just gonna end up picking up what they left behind. Samus ended up feeling, you know what? Why not take home a couple of more E-tanks and everything else, left behind? So it's cool. Hockey, I don't know how you feel about this part, but we're gonna end up seeing the animals right now. Right. The ones that they're gonna have to save. Do you have any affection towards the animals? So, how do you feel?
Honestly, I'm kind of the. I'm not very popular for this opinion in the Super Metroid speedrun community. I adore the animals. The Decora teaches you how to shine spark. The Etacoons teach you how to wall jump. Now, I couldn't pick up what they were trying to teach me because they're a 14 pixel tall sprite, and I didn't really understand wall jumping until much later. But you know what? I give them credit for trying. I don't malign them for wanting to show me something so cool like wall jumping.
Yeah, I'm more of if Lassie showed up and tried to warn me that someone fell down the well, and I had to wall jump back up, and the Decora taught me how to shine spark up out of the well. That would probably I can learn, from that.
Absolutely.
But I don't know about Edicoons. They didn't do so much trying to teach me that.
Oh my goodness.
But sure, I'll collect a plushie.
Yeah, absolutely.
From the GDQ gift shop. Oh, nice.
Yeah, that.
Nice Mission Impossible strat right there.
We do love that Mission Impossible strat. Hanging from the ceiling, jumping up before the crumble block reappears. Zenny is on a blistering pace right now. Let's see Oatsngoats if he could get Mission Impossible here. And yeah, Zenny's already grabbing the wave tank. Oh, that crumble block.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Behemoth hot on the heels of Oatsngoats. Things are unfolding beautifully for all three runners, Sephi. I can't say it enough. I'm probably gonna take it in the teeth in chat because I just can't help but talk about how great these runners are.
It's always, you mentioned it earlier, a sight to behold whenever any of these runners does a run. And then having them in a race setting, I think just kind of amplifies that emotion because you get to see triple doubles of every strat. We just saw, the strat over there in the back of Gauntlet. And there's plenty more to come, honestly,
Oh, yeah.
because we're only just in the middle of the run.
No question about it, Sephi. We are in the middle. We're in this Brinstar cleanup. We saw those Spore Spawn missiles get picked up the back way. Our runners had to have power bombs and supers to get that, so they're getting those now because that's the most convenient time to get them. And you see those charge missile, the charge missile pickup right above charge beam. And simply, Sephi, it's faster to do it now.
Yeah, that's an explanation for a lot of these threads. Like I used to ask, "Oh, why do you do this?" And they just say, "Because it's faster."
That's it. That is the ultimate response to anything in Super Metroid speedrunning and a lot of other speed games as well.
But yeah, poor Spore Spawn just getting skipped over yet again. Like, not only do you skip like sequence break once because you got to pick up the early supers, right? And that just denies Spore Spawn in the original run. But then you got to do it again and have the nerve to steal Spore Spawn's item.
The nerve,
by
the
clipping.
audacity to go through the back door and grab those supers from Spore Spawn. Just sitting up there, just swinging away, just waiting for Samus, but never to be seen.
Okay, now coming up, I know is
time,
one of your
big
favorite
time.
strats.
I love this one. We're gonna see Zenny set up for it first, I believe. Oh, but little tiny door bonk denies Zenny that trick. How about Oats and Behemoth? We got 2 more tries, Sephi.
Oh, I can't wait. It's do you want to reveal the name for it after one of them gets it? Oh, I really hope they get it.
I hope so. I really do. I feel like we're turning the hype up to 11 here for such a great trick after the so-called new bridge. Oh, Oats just getting a little
God.
tripped up there outside of the door. My goodness gracious. It's up to Behemoth. It rests entirely on his shoulders. Zenny already into Meridia, going with that Main Street spark. Oh!
Oh my God!
Oh!
God.
Netflix has completely bankrupted Blockbuster. Oh my gosh, Sephi. No Blockbuster executed on this runs. That's it. Roll it back. Get the next run started. We can't continue like this, Sephi.
I really wanted to watch Waterworld, which is the segment that these runners are in right now. But now I got to settle for the Netflix adaptation of Waterworld.
Oh my gosh, the B movie.
It's Kevin Costner who is starring as Samus and Gene Triplehorn as Mama Turtle and Dennis Hopper as Shaq Tool.
Oh my gosh, I don't believe it. Well, GDQ, you heard it here first. Bit different adaptation of Waterworld, definitely available at your local streaming service. But yeah, we're into Meridia. I think, Sephi, this might be the most technically demanding section of the game.
Yes. This one is I would say it's a nightmare. It's beautiful, you know. I think it doesn't stress the runners out too much because the vibe is kind of cool, you know. It's
Oh, big time.
it's not as stressful as some of the other themes. But yes, even then, like it can be deceptive because you have sparks, but you also have a couple of speedballs that are a little tough to execute. It's just all in like the tiny movement.
Oh, no question about it, Sephi. I believe that this Meridia section, we might see either a lead change or we might see Zeni capitalize and increase his lead, just because those tiny mistakes can be so costly in this section. And this is definitely the part of the run where any of these three runners, despite how good they are likely to gain or lose time.
Yeah. Hockey, would you say that you hope that their Meridia segment goes swimmingly? Because I know I do.
Absolutely, I want it to go so swimmingly. You see Zeni picking up, he just went to the old watering hole, Sephi, to pick up that super pack and that missile right after going to the beach. All our runners picking up those beach missiles. Meridia technically demanding and also with some really well hidden items, but I would be absolutely astonished if any of these three runners forgot an item. So hopefully we didn't just commentary curse them. Fingers crossed, but it's been a heck of a show so far, Sephi.
Oh my gosh. And we're coming up right now with pretty much back-to-back bosses. We're gonna see our favorite wet noodle, Botwoon.
Oh, if you had to have a favorite, Botwoon is definitely the favorite to pick.
Yeah. Close second is Elmo's Mr. Noodle, but I think this one takes it for now.
Oh my gosh. So ShinyZeni opening with the special beam combo known as the X Factor, wave beam only selected, and defeating Botwoon in a single round. An incredible fight from Zeni. But Oatsngoats and Behemoth are just locked in a dogfight right now for second place. Trying to catch up to Zeni, who is just absolutely blazing through this game. Look at this setup for the greatest trick name in the game. He's got the Shine Spark. He's across.
Oh my goodness.
He's across the Coliseum, Sephi. Look at the strategy from Oatsngoats, using those heat-seeking decalled strats, as it's called. Shoutouts to decalled for that X Factor. And Behemoth also. That's 3 one-rounds, Sephi.
Triple threat right there.
Triple. Stamp it. No stamp, no. Triple stamp it, no stamp. You can't triple stamp it, double stamp, Sephi.
All these triples, I swear, Gene Triple Horn is just somewhere applauding. Almost had it, but that was a good attempt. Still got a halfie. Again, so these are the strats that honestly can cost you time, and it's why Meridia is such a messy segment, because it requires precision. Not that these runners don't have it, it's just Meridia, I feel, grows sentient and knows what Meridia's doing.
Meridia can smell your fear, Sephi. How about that fight from ShinyZeni? We can't even talk about it, Sephi. It's already over.
It's already, you blink once and you miss the dread suit. That, Deer Force knew that the dread suit was gonna be blue. See, look at that. Zeni just showing off.
No doubt.
The first peek at Metroid Dread.
Wow. We still got 2 runners though, gonna fight Dragon, the third of 4 major bosses of this game, opening with that X Factor. Behemoth does a little bit different setup known as the Rain Dance. Look at the way the particles dance around and then executing that Shine Spark. Dragon, the only enemy in the game, I believe, or the only boss, I should say,
correct,
that takes damage from Shine Sparking.
And it's been speculated, like this is just like Super Metroid Iceberg. Oh my gosh. Oats with the spike suit too.
Way to go, Oats.
It's been speculated that they think maybe in some early prototype you were supposed to fight Dragon with Shine Sparks or something like that.
No kidding.
Because
that would be incredible.
I mean, it's kind of interesting. I feel like it's because of the grapple and the electrocution. That's why Dragon takes damage from Shine Sparks. But it's kind of like a neat idea to toy with, just to kind of entertain that, what if you can almost Shine Spark in that room, because they do use short charging, which is a speedrunner tech that just kind of exploits how the game checks for speed booster echoes.
Right, you are, Sephi. But we saw both runners. They missed the full halfie on the way and the spark across the Coliseum, but they got a spike suit from Dragon. They managed to get a double frame. Oh my gosh, unintentional spoonerism. Double frame perfect trick to store a spark without having to run at all. And that's how they got back across the Coliseum. So that was about 2 hours ago that they executed that trick because they're already into the next segment of Meridia.
Please slow down. I need to ask them to slow down.
No kidding. Can we play this back in slow motion? My goodness, this is incredible. Look at this ice clip. That's the ice clip.
Oh my god, that's the ice clip. That's folks. The one that we skipped Crocomire for to save time.
Incredible. So Zeni gets to just chill and wait for the hardest working robot on planet Zebes to clear Samus a path to the greatest item, or perhaps the most polarizing item in Super Metroid. Meanwhile, both of our other runners, Oatsngoats and Behemoth, picking up those sand pit items. They are hot on Zeni's heels. We saw a little blue bomber, a speed echo keep to break some blocks to get down faster to that sand pit.
Right, if you unmorph, you can actually retain that. It's just how they made it work. But I mean, enough about that. We're gonna pick up the best item right now. Just enjoy the fruits of your labor, Zeni.
Ooh, Oats missed the setup. He's gonna have to restart the room. Behemoth, though, using that esoteric setup, kind of flipping through. Oh, Oats gonna have to reload the room again. This is tough. This is really tough. We're probably past the halfway point here, but if anybody can catch up, it's gonna be Oatsngoats. He's got it on the third try.
Job.
Way to go, Oats. Gonna get into that Shack Tool room.
Again, that strat is pixel perfect because you have to freeze that little enemy at the right time, the right height in order to get that clip.
It is just such a punishing trick. It's high risk, high reward. Otherwise, these runners would have to run a completely different route. They would have to go to Crocomire early and get Ice Beam late to get that grapple beam because there's a crumble grapple block right outside of Spring Ball.
Correct.
So Behemoth has got the Spring Ball. Oatsngoats trying to speed it up. Shack Tool, I know you're union, but let's go. Get off. Get to work. My goodness.
He's just trying to make an honest living. He just dig. You know that, Hockey.
Yup. Gotta dig, Steffi. Gotta.
And
so Zeni's into a tough room here, Steffi. The plasma beam, the most powerful beam in the game. He's got to defeat all these pink plasma guarding pirates to continue. Look at the damage boosting. Look at the shots being fired. That is absolutely bonkers.
That room was actually worked on by a brain trust, if you will, of just exceptional elite top tier runners. If I could just shout them out really quick. Some of them are running right now, Zeni, Behemoth, but others like C. Scotty W and Hoda Ruby, the OG, also contributed to that strat. So
incredible stuff. I love the brain trust. I love the Super Metroid speedrun community. It is a wholesome, comfy community full of great runners that work together, just trying to be the fastest in the game. Behemoth now setting up for that plaza room. Oats, having gone up that tube with paying the super missile toll, he's going to be into the so-called pancake room. Those pancake enemies are pretty tough, but not for a runner of Oats' caliber. Zeni, though, heading back to the section known as Aqueduct, Steffi. He's got more items to get.
Yes, so it's going to be the last few items because we're just about done with Meridia, and as chill as it is of a vibe here. Oh, I think we're good to go. Let's see. Another thing to make note, remember those early power bombs that Behemoth picked up? So yeah, Oats and Zeni are gonna have to double dip into Kraid's lair.
Oh my gosh, you're right, Sephi. Yeah, Behemoth did run that newer route. He's gonna be able to bypass that section entirely.
Right. It's commonly done coming right out of Meridia. You can also do it coming out of Lower Norfair. Ooh, that was a beautiful Cack-Attack Alley right there for Oats.
Oh, no question about it. Cack-Attack Alley is a deceptively hard room. We also saw that beautiful Blue Bomber Speed Echo Keep from Behemoth to get through those speed blocks to get 2 more minor item pickups, the supers and the regular missiles. Ooh, Oats. Ooh, gonna go with the backup here.
Oh my gosh.
That was close. That there is soft lock potential if the runners get stuck between those speed blocks, but Oats masterfully going with the backup there.
Yeah, that's so many scary strats. Like your runs really wouldn't die through enemies, but they can soft lock for sure. All right, so here we have Zeni dipping right back into Kraid's lair.
That's right. So having completed the more common of the 2 routes, especially how new the kind of early power bombs route is, Zeni and Oats are both going to have to grab that missile pack. But Behemoth is just going to be able to just keep on going to Norfair. We've got one major section of the game left that we haven't seen, Sephi, and it's potentially the most lethal.
It's hard hitting. I can imagine people just getting their cat jams ready as well.
Oh yeah.
As we head into like some banger territory, because if you can feel the race ambience anywhere, it's gonna be when these runners are in Lower Norfair. You're gonna see a mini boss. You're gonna see a couple of cool shine sparks. And then perhaps my favorite boss fight is the Ridley fight, just because of it's almost like a waltz, if you will.
Oh yeah.
Just dance. It's a dragon dance. It's very ritualistic. It's been. It's I don't know. It's such grace.
Such a
especially when
fight.
You have the movement of these runners.
Look at the sync here between Behemoth and Zeni, nearly synced up, entering Lower Norfair entrance. Oats, though, into Kraid's warehouse, picking up that missile pack. So Oats has a little bit of work to do here. He's got to really hit the afterburners here. It's a tough segment coming up here for Behemoth and Zeni, so if there's any time to capitalize for Oats, it's going to be now.
No doubt. Like Gwen Stefani, by the way. But but I will say, like, the run just doesn't get any easier,
No.
In terms of movement. They just get it's so awkward. Like, you're gonna see right now the blue fireball speed strat, and even then that's a little finicky to try to time in terms of like keeping your momentum and space jumps. Let's see if Zeni and Behemoth get it. Oh, nice job right there.
Oh, that was just brilliant movement there. Look at that spring ball jump with a speed ball, draining the acid so they can make their way down to the Golden Torizo missiles, Sephi. It's a classic tricky item here, just like we saw at the bottom of Green Brinstar, where there's just an E-tank with a false floor. Well, there's crumble blocks right in front of this missile. Our runners are gonna have to be extra careful. Oh, Zeni with the spring ball across. Behemoth going with a bit safer, just space jumping across to grab that missile. And yeah, this mini boss is kind of a foregone conclusion, Sephi. It's with this item loadout, it's quite easy.
Yeah, no, and for this mini boss, you honestly just want to make GT think that you're groveling at its feet. When, in all honestly, it's just a cheese strat.
Yeah.
Just really good positioning.
That is brilliant stuff. What do you think, Sephi? We got time for a quick donation?
Yes, yes, we do.
Oh my
actually.
goodness, there are so many coming in right now. By the way, Save the Animals has about a $4,800 lead over
cutting into
Kill.
it.
But the people who've been donating, I mean, Anonymous with a $4,000 donation.
What?
Yeah, there's so many of these. It's a nice Teletubby Huggy Oats, Kill the Animals. Sly donated $1,000, saying Save the Animals is the canon choice. Save them so Samus can escape in Fusion. And then Shy Guy 32, $2,000, saying loving the absolute mastery on display in this Super Metroid race, donating towards Demon Souls. Let's see that happen. And just tons of huge donations coming in right now.
That is incredible. So a little bit of ground being made up on Save the Animals, but not much. Man, thank you all for your generosity. Some heavy hitting donations there, just like Oats is gonna pound Gold Chorizo with these charged plasma shots.
Seriously, that Demon Souls donation for a couple of speed demons here with some real soul.
No doubt about it.
Honestly, the great thing though about Lower Norfair is that you do have access to the former home of the Angry Video Game Nerd, the Screw Attack item. So that makes all of this just easy to blaze
Quite
through.
literally.
Like quite literally.
Yes. Screw Attack is definitely a comfy item, Steffi.
It used to be a comfy time, you know, when I would watch these videos
No
too.
doubt about it. No doubt about it. A good time in the internet history for sure. But Zeni and Behemoth, they're now in the dogfight together. Zeni going to be going in against the Metal Pirates. They've got Kung Fu fighting, but Sephi, you never want to bring jump kicks and Kung Fu moves to an arm cannon fight, especially with the full beam combo.
No, yeah, you're right. I'm pretty sure Carl Douglas advises against that. Oh my gosh. You know what? I feel like out of all the enemies, I think Ridley might be, for lack of a better word, the least intelligent, because he's just kind of sitting there in his own rotisserie, just waiting, just getting cooked. It's just this
oh my
space
gosh.
pelican just waiting.
Mother Brain said, set it and forget it, Sephi.
If Ridley's any meme, it's the "this is fine" dog, and it's just his world is just burning around him, and he just doesn't know it. It's like this allegory
That's
for
right. And this
your
death
death
was
is
imminent for two
imminent,
of our runners
Ridley.
here. They're finding the broken baby Metroid capsule and an E-tank, just like in the original Metroid game. But Oatsngoats is almost into the Metal Pirates here. He's going to give them the business. And meanwhile, Behemoth and Zeni are continuing to impress. They're now beginning their Lower Norfair escapes.
Yeah, probably one of the better sections is escaping, because that means you're done with Lower Norfair. You got revenge on Ridley.
That's right.
You're still in panic mode because you don't know where your baby is.
Look at the spring ball
But that's
strats up
right.
through these spiky platforms. Laying the power bomb is Behemoth and gonna clip through the top of that statue and damage boost off that Disgiga. Incredible stuff from both these runners. Zeni did it too. Oatsngoats though is locked in Mortal Kombat with that rotisserie chicken. I don't know, rotisserie pelican maybe.
Oats has a couple of fall off the bone recipes ready for Ridley.
Well,
Ridley
I think
Hyde.
Oats is turning it up to high heat. Nothing low and slow about his gameplay in that Ridley fight. That was a brilliant fight.
Not it. Nice job. And also, we saw Zeni get the D boost off of this fire flea that Behemoth is getting too.
Good backup from Behemoth there, because I know Zeni likes to use that frozen flea as a platform. Oh.
And if there's any true tribute to one of the veterans of Super Metroid speedrunning, it's this room.
Yup. Oh wow. brilliant stuff. Oh man, it would definitely warm the cockles of my heart, Sephi. I mean, Hotarubi is one of the biggest OG names in Super Metroid, especially in this category. And it's just amazing that a strat with his name on it is still used in 2021 by top level runners. It's just a fitting tribute to a legendary runner.
Mm-hmm. You know what's so funny though is that room wasn't even named by Hotarubi. It was named by someone else. They said, "Oh, this is just randomly the Hotarubi."
Its best, humility
special.
at its best from Hotarubi. No need to name a strat after myself. I'm gonna let the community do it for me because I'm the fastest. How about that? But
hey, you have something named after you. It's actually in this room right here, right
recently,
now.
I don't know if we're gonna see it though. I don't know if we're gonna see it. I doubt it. Our runners can wall jump. There's a little elevator in this section of Upper Norfair that if you don't know how to wall jump, you can still get to that reserve tank. But yeah, a couple people in the community have affectionately called them hockey towers. So
you're the hockey tower because you tower over everybody with your affection and your support and your.
You absolutely
That's exactly why they call it that.
And humble me, Sephi. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. But look at that D boost from Zeni across Bubble Mountain to get that missile pack. Oh, that's one of the best D boosts in the game. And I'm a huge fan of damage boosting.
Right. If anything could be like the official swaggy D boost, it's probably this one.
No doubt about it. So Oats is about to kiss Lower Norfair goodbye for the first time and the last time.
Yeah, he's probably gonna brush his teeth afterwards, but yeah, what a good segment right there for
No doubt
Oats.
about it. No doubt about it. So now we've heard so much about this, Sephi. We've heard about this mini boss. We're heading downtown. We're going down to what you called the crock pot.
This is why we save the best for last.
Just one shotting poor Crockemeyer. Oh my goodness. And then you're just gonna drop him into that broth and just crank the heat.
What I gotta ask you this though, Hockey. What do these runners and Croc have in common?
Oh, that's an incredible question, Sephi. I don't know. I can't come up with anything.
They're all on fire. They are all on fire. Another fall off the bone recipe though, if you're into like Crockemeyer. It's so
Chef
fall
Sephi.
off the bone that even the bones fall off.
Oh my gosh. Chef Sephi, Paul Prudhomme would be proud right now. I mean, Sephi is just serving up the Norfair recipes. We got Upper Norfair, which is, one variety. We got Lower Norfair, which is another variety. But the commonality between the two, Sephi, we're talking tender fall off the bone. Mwah.
Oh my gosh. Hey, I'm just talking about what's on screen. These runners are preparing it, so compliments to the chefs.
Absolutely. There's a lot of cooks in the kitchen, but the recipe is coming out perfect. Oatsngoats, absolutely devastating Crockemeyer with that charge shot, full beam combination. Zeni though, going for that grapple beam. Look at that huge leap of faith with a mock ball into the grapple room. And watch this turnaround. The grapple beam's got the fastest velocity of any projectile in the game. He's just gonna go boop and open up that door. I love it. Oh, I love that so much.
Eat your heart out, Clint Eastwood. That's like the Clint Eastwood grapple. It's like a space cowboy.
Absolutely, Sephi. Absolutely. So Oatsngoats trying to get this short charge, trying to store another spike suit, just like we saw against Dragon. I believe Zeni and Behemoth are both carrying spike suits.
Correct.
And Oats has it.
Nice.
That's all three runners.
That's a really good save. Just in the last try too that Oats had to get it.
Wow. Talk about clutch, Sephi. My goodness, that could gain him a significant amount of time. We're not going to see that until our runners pick up the X-ray scope. Zeni and, I should say Behemoth, doing a little high five here at the cosine room. Look at that Hail Mary toss from Behemoth to grab that missile. You talked about John Madden earlier, Sephi. I'm saying boom, tough acting Behemoth there. Oh my gosh.
The crazy thing about this section, though, holding a spike suit, is that you honestly have to be really careful because you do not want to press up on your D-pad or angle up, which is for a lot of people the R button while you're midair, because you will waste your spike suit, and it's just so bad.
It hurts. It hurts to lose a spike suit. The Dragon spike suit you carry for a very short amount of time. This, you're just like traversing through like a third of the game carrying this spike suit, going all the way from Crocomire Grapple all the way back to Red Brinstar.
No. Oh yeah. So sadly, Oats really, again, just getting the spike suit is a strat and a reward of itself, but it really is not the easiest thing. So shout outs to Zeni also.
I think Behemoth still got it though, Sephi.
Oh, he does.
This could be a chance for Behemoth to get a huge chunk of time on Zeni, because Zeni's already into the pre-X-ray room. Look at those spring ball jumps from Behemoth. Oatsngoats, though, still into Norfair. He's heading all the way back up to the elevator. Let's see it, Behemoth. Let's see that X-ray spark. Oh, look at the execution through the door. Let's go.
As early as possible. He just wanted to get rid of it. Just shot put himself right into the X-ray door.
Oh my goodness, talk about Olympic trial athlete right there. The shot putting through the door. I love it, Sephi. This has been a spellbinding race, Sephi. I hope everyone out there in Viewerland has been enjoying this, as I've just had an absolute time. We're coming up kind of on the tail end. You can see that they have so many energy tanks. They only have a few more pickups to make, Sephi.
But we just got started like an hour ago.
I can't believe it. Why can't this be like a 10-hour run like Kingdom Hearts, you know?
Yeah, let's get that donation incentive. Let's switch from killing and saving to make this, 10 more hours.
At least.
Yeah. But honestly, yeah, this is just a cleanup from here on out. There's not too many crazy strats to name off. So if you want to squeeze in, I bet you, those donations are just piling up, ready to pipeline burst.
So many.
If you want to read a couple.
There's so many. We got a $1,500 donation from Jarhead271 that just said save the animals. The animals themselves, well, they donate $250. They say save us. We were framed. And then Zeta Gundam donates $1,000 as well, saying thank you, friends, for another amazing GDQ. It's always a pleasure to contribute both my money and time to help GDQ fund great causes like MSF. Stay well and go fast. Also, let's keep this good thing going and save the animals. And that speaks to about the $5,000 lead that Save the Animals is it's hung on to for pretty much the entire run.
Incredible. Set the tone early and maintain the lead. That is the name of the game in Save Kill Incentive, but also Super Metroid Speedrun Racing. Wow. Phenomenal stuff, Sephi. Could you ever have seen this coming, that in 2021 you would be asked to speak over three of the most superlative Super Metroid speedrunners, raising money for MSF, broadcast to hundreds of thousands of people? I mean, it's just, it almost leaves me speechless.
I couldn't have imagined it, much less dreamed it. It's been a thrill. We're coming up on the last stretch, and it's been a fun time, Hockey, being able to just riff on what this run is like and everything that the journey is what made it
no
worth
question
it
about it. It has been a journey. You see both of our both of our runners here in Old Mother Brain, Zeni and Behemoth, grabbing those Old Mother Brain missiles. They're gonna head up to the climb to grab a last super pack. Oatsngoats, though, heading to probably my favorite room in the entire game, because I was a huge fan of infomercials growing up, and this room is affectionately called the Billy Mays room.
Oh, why is it called
Well, you see, you get the missile pack, but wait, there's more. For 2 for the price of 1. We're doing BOGO missile packs now for the next 30 minutes, or I should say 30 seconds even. But yeah, Oats picking up both those missile packs, Sephi. He's gonna head to Old Mother Brain now.
What a deal.
What a deal.
What a deal he struck himself. And honestly, like this, we're coming up on the last item that Zeni and Behemoth are gonna pick up, aptly named the cavity missiles.
Tell us why it's called that.
Because 230? That would actually bring them up to 230 missiles. But I got to piggyback off of that, because I would say that after seeing such sweet movement, of course you're going to develop a cavity. And it's it makes sense to end on the cavity missiles.
Oh my gosh, you talked about Oats brushing his teeth. It's because all 3 runners' movement is so sweet. Look at Behemoth, though, taking a slim lead here going into the Golden 4
Oh my
room.
gosh.
This is really getting exciting between these 2 runners. Oatsngoats with that beautiful shine spark across Old Mother Brain, keeping a shine spark up the elevator from Retro Brinstar. And our runners, these runners have just been putting on a display, a gratuitous speedrunning display, Sephi. And now Oats is not that far behind, but Behemoth and Zeni get to take a little breather for this cutscene.
Yeah, Oats has been doing his thing, and it's just part of it was the Phantoon patterns as well. That there's so much to take into consideration, and the optimization on such a level that just the tiniest things that you don't even notice, they wouldn't even have to necessarily be mistakes. It's just everything's always happens so fast.
Oh yeah.
I'll say that. You can't really control, what happens around you. You can only control, how early you're landing and how late you're morphing and how late you're sparking and all of that. Just, ooh, really good mock ball though. Right there for Oats.
Love to see that from Oatsngoats. But Zeni and Behemoth, Sephi, they're in Torian. Get ready for 4 of the fastest rooms you've ever seen in this run so far. Watch this Metroid Room 2. This is incredible.
Oh my goodness.
Zeni retakes the lead a bit cleaner there through Metroid Room 2. Oats is just coming up on the Golden 4 room. Look at Behemoth with those spring ball strats.
Spring ball.
Oh my gosh, look at the ammo heading into Baby Skip. Sephi, I don't have the strength. Tell us about the Baby Skip.
Make sure to take care of all your baby. No, wait, that's the wrong baby. Okay, so Baby Skip is, if you could play jump rope with a baby. No, that's not what I want to say. They essentially have to jump circles around this baby to avoid getting grabbed, but I don't think they're gonna do that because they're actually gonna go for an even riskier strat than you normally see with the spring ball tech. Oh my god!
Oh no!
Oh my goodness!
Oh wow!
So they have to have enough speed to try to outspeed the baby, and it's gonna try to it has we're all fans of rubber band technology. That baby's gonna try to grab you as you, I guess, move past it, and in it, it's gonna overshoot you, and that's your chance to jump over it, shoot the little coral reef or whatever, and then just book it. Just keep bouncing right through that door.
Incredible stuff. Behemoth was so close to getting it, but Zeni consolidating what has been an absolutely sensational run. He's already through Mother Brain 1. He's into Mother Brain 2. Behemoth gonna do the Zebetite skip. It won't, getting past that first Zebetite, he won't spawn the rest of them. Going with the down, he's gonna go through the second Zebetite using the spring ball. Look at that, it's over before it even starts. I don't even know what that
No,
means.
it's too
but
fast.
It's going to take 20 shots. 20 shots from Zeni to dispatch Mother Brain 2. And then he's going to try for the stand-up glitch for an even faster Mother Brain 3 fight. And look at that. Behemoth's already through Mother Brain 2. I don't believe this. Oatsngoats setting up for the baby skip. Seffi, so much is going on. I can't possibly take it all in.
This last section, there's always so much going on. Especially because both, like all three run. Oh my God. No.
Oats was so close to getting that. You saw him try to save it. Oh, that was so
good attempt
close.
for Behemoth and Oats.
Huge attempt.
It's the riskiest strat, I would say, and it's a shame because it's right at the very end of the run. And just missing it, it can cost you like upwards to 25 to 30 seconds, give or take. You see Zeni and Behemoth setting up for, well, Zeni already has this stand-up glitch set up. Behemoth just got it, which requires at least just 7 E-tanks. Like, this is just a cool little party trick that you can do at home. You have a kickback with like your parents and you're like, hey, mom and dad, you remember me playing this game? Look at me now. And then you start showing off this standard glitch. It's not that difficult, but just be careful on soft locking. That's the only thing that runs risk on executing the strat.
Oh, no question about it. It doesn't look like Behemoth is going for it, going for stand-up. Looks like Zeni got it though. He's trying to get Mother Brain 3's health down, so it's 1 hyper beam shot instead of 0 shots. 0 shots is actually slower.
It is, and really good job for Zeni getting that 1 shot on Mother Brain. He's actually ready to escape, and I think that's a cutoff for save and kill. So if you want to let us know.
All right, I'm refreshing one more time just to give it a shot to see if there are any last-second snipes in there. But it looks like it is going to be, well, it's going to be Save the Animals. 24,000 to about 19,000.
Wow, kept the lead, kept the $5,000 lead. Way to go. Save the Animals is what they will do. We saw Zeni with a beautiful blue bomber strat there, a little speed keep through those blocks on his escape. Oatsngoats damaging down to face Mother Brain's rainbow beam. Behemoth going with a great shooting rhythm here, no stand-up glitch required, just dealing the damage to Mother Brain 3. Seffi, this has been the experience of a lifetime when it comes to Super Metroid speedrunning.
Right, to witness 100% in its full glory, to celebrate it, and also celebrate one of the best games of all time. Always a thrill. Zeni saving the animals. Take one home, hug it, cuddle it.
And call it George, perhaps. I don't know.
It's your own personalized. Every Super Metroid cart is personalized. Each Edakun has its own name or something.
That's right. Yeah, you just have to send proof of purchase in the mail to 123 Fake Street, and you'll receive a plush Edakun.
But
wow.
There we have
What
it.
an incredible run. GG's to ShinyZeni, finishing this race in first place. What was his official time?
I'm taking a look here, waiting for the stream to get caught up.
Well, Behemoth is not long behind. Oatsngoats with that stand-up glitch executed. Goodbye for the 3rd time to the baby Metroid. Behemoth gonna save those animals, but Zeni getting to see that ending cutscene. And Oatsngoats finishing off Mother Brain 3 with, I think, a 3 or 4 shot Mother Brain 3. Incredible stuff from these runners.
Looks like Zeni came in with a 114.50.
Wow, sub.
Still,
My
though.
goodness, 114.45 for Mike Yu himself, sub 115 in a marathon race. GG's to Behemoth finishing in 2nd place. Oatsngoats is gonna bring it on home, bring home that Decora bacon, Seffi.
Fall off the bone recipe too, I bet.
1 hour, 15 minutes, and 39 seconds for Behemoth87. GG's to Behemoth. Second place finish. Oatsngoats into the Leodox room with that moonfall, uncapping his fall speed. He is one spark up the reverse climb away, Sephi, from finishing
right there,
this run.
Oats, just bring it home. Just skip the animals, Oats. It's okay. I'm just kidding. No, gotta save those animals.
Gotta go with the canonical ending.
You need some sort of, comfort, someone to, console you after the run, and just be there and
That's right.
dry
That's
off
right.
your sweat, hit you up with your Capri Sun after. We're doing it real 90s style. Okay, let's go. Saving those animals with a nice.
Oh, just bonking a little bit. Oh, Oats letting out his frustrations on that poor Etikun. Oh my gosh. Oatsngoats back into the room we call Parlor. He doesn't have to worry about doing another Alcatraz escape. Saving the animals opens up those bomb blocks for you. And Oatsngoats is gonna bring it on home. The ship has never looked sweeter for any of these three runners. GG's to Oatsngoats and GG's to all three incredible runners. But Sephi, it ain't over until we validate the runs. So we're gonna 1:17:14
Nice.
for Oatsngoats.
Good game.
GG's, a wonderful run. But Sephi, it ain't over till it's over. We gotta validate that they got 100%
correct.
items, and we gotta shout out the dev team that is responsible for this incredible game.
Right, and in particular, the general manager of this game, General Manager Gunpei Yokoi, filled our childhoods with a lot of cool memories playing this game. Incredible, exceptional.
We're gonna catch it on behemoths. We're gonna get that deer force, Sephi. We're gonna. I promise.
We will get it. We will get it.
We got 2 more tries.
Actually, you want to hear a dono shouting them out?
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
Anonymous donates $1,337,
Heck yeah.
and all they say is Deer Force.
Oh, that's wonderful. That is absolutely wonderful.
Shout out to everyone.
And all of R&D1 staffs, thank you so much, R&D1, wherever you are today. But Zeni definitely validating his run, finishing in first place. You ready, Sephi? Here it comes. Here it comes.
Any moment.
Deer Force.
There you go. I had to do that one for Zeni.
Absolutely.
And obviously we're doing it for Behemoth as well. So, hit him with the double, triple that time.
The double, triple. Absolutely, Sephi. Absolutely.
Honestly.
So these credits are going to run. Behemoth, 100% item collection. Wow. What can you say, Sephi? What more could be said?
What more can be said is that I've learned a lot through our journey here in Super Metroid 100%. Here with every one of you here at GDQ. I got some good recipes. I learned about, some quality, crisp movies.
Oh, he said it! He said it! He snuck it in! He snuck it in!
It's been a while. We had to bring it back.
Oh,
Just one last time.
Yeah.
And honestly, it's been so much fun to commentate with you, Hockey. It's a fun time.
It's always a treat. It's always a treat, Sephi.
Big thank you.
And now for Oatsngoats, just gonna bring it on home. Get that Deer Force in there and that 100% item collection. But yeah, an absolute thrill, a treat to do commentary with you, Sephi. Thank you to everybody behind the scenes at GDQ that makes these events possible. Shout outs to Zeni, Behemoth, and Oatsngoats for letting me flap my guns for an hour and almost 20 minutes about this just incredible game. We all love it, and we love all you out there in viewer land. So thank you so much for your unbridled support through all of this, the journey that we took together, Sephi.
For sure. We missed the Deer Force for Oats, but I think he's had his fill.
1 out of 3. 1 out of 3 ain't bad.
It's all good. So that, yeah. Now we got to get some insight.
All right, Steffi, that's it. We did it. Thank you again so much for coming, and thank you everybody out there for watching.
Yeah, continue enjoying. And you want to say it's your signature outro, Hockey?
You know, I've been using a different one, but for the occasion, I think I'll bring back the original. Again, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you next mission.
Oh my goodness, give it up for that remarkable Super Metroid 100% race. The generosity is still coming in. These are some of the donations that came in during the race, including $2,000 from Atomic Metroid that says, look like the space pirates are gonna need Doctors Without Borders too. Here's a donation to save the animals, keep the timeline, and go for a true 100% run. And that is what we did, Atomic Metroid. Thank you so much for your generosity. Also, a $2,000. It's incredible the amount of generosity donation from PJK that says this race is amazing. I always love seeing races, relays, co-op runs. Give me some more of this. Love the commentators' enthusiasm, and we love your generosity. All right, it's time to top up the water, get a little stretch break, and we will be back in just a moment. Welcome back, everyone, to Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, where we're going fast and raising money for Doctors Without Borders. And some of your generosity, the comments with the donations have been unreal. $25 here from MGem1986 saying, "Thank you, Oats, for your streams during the pandemic. My mental health thanks you. My donation went towards saving the animals because I have been seeing too many save the frames during practice." And we are going to hear a brief word from Doctors Without Borders. Take it away.
Hi everyone, my name is Benjamin Waddle. I work for MSF as a psychosocial worker in Liberia. I want to say a very, very big thank you to every one of you for participating in this fundraising event. I want you to enjoy yourself, and as you enjoy yourself, I also want you to know that the funds that you raise really, really means a lot to the people of Liberia. Thank you so much. Enjoy every best that this day has to offer, and our special greeting, our special thanks to your family back home, and we look forward to seeing you in Liberia someday. Thank you very much.
All right, and we've had some incredible generosity coming in. A lot of people donating to Doctors Without Borders, and also helping to get some of those final incentives for the marathon met. That includes a $488 donation from Cheesy Bob that says, "Bringing my total for this marathon up to an even $1,000, putting it toward Demon Souls remake. Let's make it happen." And we're on our way to making it happen. But if we want to see that Demon Souls run, we're going to need a little bit more, like $150,000 more in order to get that incentive met, in order to see that bonus game. But Chad, I've seen you do incredible things this week and every GDQ, so I know we can get that done. Also, that is not the only incentive that is still on the schedule, the only thing we are still looking to get met. In fact, we have a $25 donation from Unileska that says, "Super Mario 64 blindfolded. How could I not donate for that? Thank you to the tech crew and SGDQ for putting on such a fantastic event for such a great cause." And yeah, if you have never seen the lobby backwards long jump in Mario 64 before, it doesn't make sense when you see it, when the runner doing it can see what they're doing. But if we get that incentive met, and we're only about $1,300 away, Bubsia is going to do a blindfolded LBLJ showcase after the Super Mario 64 blindfolded run. And just as I said that, I took another breath, and we got that incentive met. Now, if only it were that easy for the Demon Souls, but I don't think 145 grand is coming in one breath, but I'll try it anyway. We still need $145,000 to get that met, but we can do it. And also, there is one more incentive. If you are a fan of the retro games, we're looking to upgrade the category of the Mario 3 co-op run to 100%. That's at about $18,000 of $75K. We have a little more time for that. But again, just because it's a marathon, that doesn't mean we need a frame perfect finish on this. You know, free PBs, those are great as well. So if you get that generosity in now, make sure you're picking the incentives you want to put your donations toward, and we'll get more GDQ. I know nobody wants GDQ to end. We can extend it with some of those incentives. So make sure we get those incentives met. Arrow Fodder is helping to get that incentive met with $250, saying donating for a good cause and to see that Demon Souls run. Berto Please and Ashwin did an amazing job with the original last year, and I'm eager to see how they break the remake. I think we all are. The $250 donation here from Parallel Fifth that says, "Thanks, Ben, for working on the tracker. We're here for you with Gratz Guild, Friends Guild. MSF is the best charity." Gotta love that, and gotta love the $250 contribution to Doctors Without Borders. Thank you, Parallel Fifth. Y101 helping to get an incentive met as well. You'll love to see it. $25 saying more Mario's better, right? So let's make Super Mario Bros. 3 100%. I like that. Well, Old Hoovian contributes $250 to MSF, saying congratulations to Zeni for winning and to all 3 runners for showcasing some incredible falls right off the bone speed runs. Dear Force! Game Your Way has a $200 donation, and it says, love GDQ every time it comes on. Went to AGDQ when it was in Bethesda, and I had met and made friends with some awesome people from all backgrounds, some runners, some volunteers, and other attenders. This community is awesome, and look forward to the next time we can be there in person. Good luck to all the runners for the rest of the event, and let's make this SGDQ one of the best. And it has been. It's one of those days, though, you know, where you get to the last day of a GDQ and you start to feel all of the things and you start to see the incentives. That's why, you know, I point out to you, I want to get those incentives met because I want SGDQ to go on as long as possible. You know, you always get a little worked up toward the end, but I know we're going to see it. I know we're going to see some more with your incredible generosity, and we've got some amazing times ahead of us with GDQ. Actually, including that Mario 64 run, which they are still working on getting set up. I can understand that. You know, you're getting Bubsy a blindfolded. There's probably got to be all sorts of things that go into the process there. He's got to make sure he's pointed at the TV screen. That would be a good place to start. Phantom SVT donates $100 to Doctors Without Borders, saying need to hit that Demon Souls bonus incentive and make SGDQ 2021 last just this little bit longer. Thank you so much to everyone involved in front of the camera and behind for making such an amazing event run so smoothly. And of course, many thanks to MSF and all the great work that they do worldwide. All right, we have a $200 donation from Ender Dragon that says had to get in a donation on the last day for the Demon Souls run. More GDQ is never a bad thing. Plus, if we get another game in, then we are saving some frames by killing the animals. Thanks to all the runners and crew for another superb SGDQ. And with that, my friends, that is going to do it for my time here at Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online. But when we return from an interview, you are going to be in the amazing, frequently prize-holding hands of Mr. Game and Shout. But first, we've got an interview actually about the Super Metroid race with Feasel, Oats, Behemoth, and ShinyZeni. You all take care of yourselves, and I'll see you next GDQ.
All right, well, hello, I am Feasel, and I am here with the Super Metroid runners, hot off of their 100% race, Oatsngoats, Behemoth, and ShinyZeni. Thank you guys for joining me today.
No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
You're welcome.
All right, well, that was a really interesting race, and I mean, just so much to talk about where to start. I guess, first of all, I'd like to just get your impression on how you think the race went, what you think you did well, what you think you could have done better. Let's go with Zeni first, our winner.
Yeah, so as far as my run goes, there were a couple parts where I just zoned completely and made like giant embarrassing mistakes. Aside from that, you know, I felt like it went pretty well. I didn't make any mistakes that cost me like a whole minute like I have at other marathons in the past, so that's good. You know, obviously it's always nice to walk away with a win. Mostly, you know, when I would kind of look at the race, I just keep tabs on it every 10 minutes or so. It seemed like we were, you know, more or less staying pretty close to each other, and that's what I was hoping to get out of the race. So, I feel like overall it went well.
Behemoth, what about you? And one thing I do want to note is you made the first route divergence of anybody there, going for the early power bombs. Kind of what made you want to do that, and also how did you feel about your run in general?
Well, with the new route for any percent, was it any percent? Oh, you mean, sorry, you're talking about 100%. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll talk about 100% this time, I guess.
Yeah, so I've been thinking about doing that route for a while because obviously Zost has the world record in 100%. And I've been looking at that route for a while, and there isn't much difference between the time between the two routes, but supposedly it makes a few rooms a bit easier. So I've just been doing it for a couple of weeks, and I kind of like it. So that's the reason. As for the run, much the same as Zenny. Like I just zoned out and just flubbed real hard at a couple of things that cost me, 30, 40 seconds. And
But you ended up
obviously we
catching
had
up.
to save the animals as well. So
Yeah, and you
yeah, I
ended
mean,
up catching back up a lot at the end. I mean, you were, I mean, once the routes kind of came together again after everyone else, collected the thing crate, um, you were pretty much right even with Zenny. So you must have had some, like, I think in the late game, must have been playing pretty strong, I would think, all
yeah,
from
I
there
think
up to like
the
baby skip.
strongest part of the run was Ridley onwards up to around G4. That was a really good segment. After Torian though was just garbage. So is what it is.
All right, Oates, how about you? What did you think of your run? What could you done better, or what did you like? What do you think went well?
In terms of the whole race, it was like Zenny said and Behemoth. It was a good race. Um, it's kind of how I wanted to perform, other than some really costly mistakes, missing the spring ball clip, baby skip. A lot of really big blunders cost me, too much time. But I would have liked to have played better, but all in all, it was a fun race. And I had a lot of fun after some of the mistakes because I could kind of relax, breathe. And then my late game was quite a bit cleaner, other than like the Metroid skip, which was close. But
Yeah, now this category is is a lot different from the other categories in that you just have a lot more to work with. And I guess I'll throw this question back to Oates again too. Like, what do you think? Like, for you, you get to use some like, spring ball in some different places. Like, what for you really makes this a fun run, kind of compared to the other categories you run?
I think you said it. Spring ball is a
You
lot of
said it.
fun, and it incorporates a lot of really cool strats that you don't really see in a lot of other categories. You're never going to go out of the way to get spring ball. It's way too time costly. But other than that, I think 100% is really intriguing because this game is already such a high skill ceiling with how much intricacies there are, how many. And with 100% it being a longer category, it has some of the hardest strategies and technicalities, in my opinion. So making that a long run, it just is fun. So when you can string things together and put a run together, it's a fun run.
Yeah. So now, Behemoth, I noticed that you did a bunch of things that were just a little bit different than what everyone else did. Like, how did you? Is this the category that you say you put in the most time in, or is this just something you kind of picked up to do this to just so you could do this race here? And like, where did your strats evolve from? What was your inspiration for that?
I would say this is one of my stronger runs actually.
Mm.
Been doing any percent hundo and a few others, but that's mostly my focus is 100% for since a long time now. In I don't know really. I'm not sure.
Yeah, in a run like this where it's not dangerous like the other categories, you're not going to die at some point, but there's places where you can definitely gain and lose time because there's just so much material in this run. Like, what do you think like a really good 100% run involves, nailing what? Like, what has to really be done well to get a good 100% run?
Um, to just remaining consistent. Like you don't want to fail something that's really going to cost you a lot of time, like baby skip, like I did, or Dragon. When it spirals out of control and he just gives you swoops all day long. So it's really just consistency, just not making mistakes. You don't have to do all the best strats to get a good time, but that's easier said than done, of course.
And I guess the question is for everyone here. I mean, what did you think about the boss fights? Because that's one of those things that some of that is a little bit beyond your control. Like, I think everyone had pretty good fantunes, but like just in general, like, how did you each feel about your boss fights in this game? What did you like? What did you really like there? And I guess Zenny, I'll ask you first.
Yeah. I this is pretty rare, honestly. I have no complaints about any of my boss fights for this
Well,
run. They all went pretty much exactly as I was hoping. The only exception to that is that after Dragon, I didn't get the spike suit, but I kept my blue suit, so I was still able to do the shine spark back through the big long room after the fight. Aside from that, you know, I got the Kraid quick kill. Fantoon gave me a slow fast. Ridley cooperated 100%, which never happens.
Right.
And I didn't get awful RNG on Mother Brain. You know, she wasn't completely cooperative, but I wasn't upset about the way the fight went at all. So, yeah.
Or the other two guys, what'd you think of your boss fights?
Go ahead, Behemoth.
No, you can go. Go for it. Go ahead.
I had to do a scary backup on Kraid. I didn't get my second missile out because of some lag that was there. So that was a little bit scary, but I got it. Fantoon was a slow, but I did get a 2-round. But I'm kind of used to just getting slows. You know, it's kind of the way it goes. But Dragon, I did get grabbed. I should have fired super missiles into Dragon's belly, but I was trying to save some super missiles and use missiles, which really helps you in the end game, saving some of those supers, but obviously it cost me here. Mother Brain, Ridley was a good fight. Can't really complain too much about that. And then Mother Brain, I did get some kind of bad RNG towards the end of the fight, but you know, it could have gone a lot worse for sure.
How about you, Behemoth?
All the bosses were pretty decent, apart from Dragon, which was just a joke. Yeah, there's a small mistake against Ridley, but it was probably about 35-second fight. Like, you know, Zeni would say that's a decent time, I guess. At Mother Brain, I actually sort of mentally kind of fell apart, and I forgot to do stand-up. I didn't forget. I mean, something happened, but yeah, so that cost me like 15 seconds. But other than that, the bosses are pretty decent. Ridley, Kraid, Fantoon. I got slow mid Fantoon, but it was okay.
Great. Well, that is all the time that we have. And I want to thank you all for that amazing race and for chatting with me afterwards.
Thank you.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity, and I hope the rest of the marathon is excellent. Thank you.
All right. Well, everyone, don't forget that we do have a Demon's Souls remake bonus run, which can get into the marathon if you get your donations in. So please don't waste any opportunity. Don't waste any time to go over and get your donations in for that Demon's Souls remake bonus run. And everyone, stick around because up next we've got Blindfolded Mario 64. Stick around.
Thank you, Feasel. What is up, everyone? You are still with us here at Summer Games Done Quick 2021 online, powered by Twitch. I am Mr. Game & Shout, and I am in absolute awe of what you all are accomplishing here. We are already over $1.8 million. I'm trying to keep track of some of these incentives that we're working on. Everything is just flying by. It's moving so quickly. All right, don't have a lot of time. Got a bunch of things we want to get done. I want to get a donation in here real quick. So I'm going to take this $250 donation that I have from Contact.